Hello, good evening and welcome to Resonance 104.4 FM. This is One Life Left and I'm Steve Cullen.
I'm Simon Byron.
And I'm Anne Scantlebury.
Welcome. We're going to talk about video games for the next hour. That's the plan.
Great, that's why we're here.
As much as we've got so far.
That's why I paid £2 on the tube to get here.
Really?
So that's how much it cost me, Steve. It cost me £4 a show.
Don't you just have a...
I don't live in London, do I?
Just get a travel card.
Yeah, but then that would also cost me money.
Yeah,
I'm happy, Anne. Put your money away. Take your hand out of your pocket. I'm happy to do this for you.
Have you had a good week, Simon?
It's been all right. It's been okay. What about you?
It's also been all right.
Okay,
it's just okay.
Cheer us up.
So my week has been fantastic.
Did you get something done to your nose? I was
right. Well, my nose stud fell out. I think last night.
How does that happen?
Just slipped out at some point.
Like, but does it slip out? Pop out?
No, it slips
Fly
out.
out.
It slips out.
Okay.
But you've had it in for...
Since I was 16.
Same one.
Yeah.
Right, and it hadn't come out.
Well, no, I can
I
take it in and I can take it out and stuff and clean it and everything, and that's fine. But
How often do you do that?
like twice a week.
What do you clean it with?
Just like regular cleaning.
Could you clean it in, given though that it's a nose? You could stick a nose brush. You could do, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, no,
And then maybe you wouldn't be so careless with your studs.
I'm not careless.
So you lost it when you were cleaning it?
No, I lost it. I think when I was asleep.
Is that the sort of thing
Dunno.
that... I mean, could you lose it because you smelt something, like you sort of curl your nose up and out it pops?
No, never even lost it when I was blowing my nose.
Wait a second. If you lost it when you were asleep, I know where it is. In your bed.
Oh, well done.
Well, that is my next piece for investigation.
Right, so you haven't looked there yet?
No.
So you just went out and bought another one?
Yeah. Do you know how much
So-
it cost me?
More
More than your train ticket.
Did it? Well, I should hope so.
£1 more than your train ticket.
£3 for a nose
Yeah,
stud? Does that include
£3.
insertion? To go in the same hole?
No, but they did. It does go in the same hole, but they did give me a nice little cleaning wipe for it. More cleaning. Let me tell you, if you're looking to get piercings done, you're going to have to clean them.
Have you ever had anything pierced, Steve?
Is that an offer?
We are going to Nottingham together at the weekend, aren't we?
You're listening to One Life Left, a radio show about video games.
And piercings.
And we are going to Nottingham Game City. We're really, really excited about that. Probably talk about it
We might talk
later
about it
in the
later.
show.
Might just a little
Something
bit.
else we might talk about, though, is the new book from Read Only Memory. We've got a returning super special guest, friend of the show. It's Darren Wall. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, very well.
Have you got any piercings?
None. Nil.
Okay.
Have you
Tattoos.
ever had any?
Just stand up and stand up and turn around for us, would you please? We just need to check. While we do that, then perhaps we should listen
Like
to
Shawshank Redemption.
Anne's news.
Video game news with Anne Scantlebury.
It's 7:04 on Monday the 27th of October. I'm Anne Scantlebury and this is the news. Unity has a new CEO and oh look, hello, it's John Riccitiello. The former EA CEO stepped into the position following the resignation of co-founder David Hegelson. Speaking about his new job, Riccitiello said, "Unity has been a hugely positive force in the games industry for years. Now it's my incredible fortune to have the opportunity to help guide Unity going forward." Luckily this news definitely happened, unlike our story that Unity was looking for a buyer a couple of weeks ago, which was totally wrong. It's not ethics in games journalism you want to be worried about, it's basic accuracy.
Didn't we decide that Riccitiello had an accent? I mean, what's happened to your accents? You used to do beautiful voices for every...
Hello, it's me, Riccitiello.
I think he's just American.
Okay, how does that go?
I don't know if I'm comfortable doing accents anymore.
Well, let's find out.
I'm not comfortable.
Okay. No, the rumour is that he's there to boost their profile and raise, so that they can still potentially sell out.
Well, anyone can sell out, can't we? We've been trying for ages.
Wait, so is it potential that they are still going to sell themselves?
Anything's
Even
possible,
though they
Anne.
said,
All you have to do is dream.
Right, I looked into this. Even though what they said was,
How did you look into it?
by going on the internet and
Okay.
going, is Unity being sold?
Okay.
And they said, we think Unity's best as an independent company.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at Mr. Riccatello's career at this point.
Oh, yeah.
It says
Are
he's
you on LinkedIn?
No, I'm on Wikipedia.
Is
It
he on
says
LinkedIn?
Maybe you should add him.
Yeah, I don't
I don't think I have a LinkedIn, but that
You've
I'll surely sign up for that reason.
You've got a professional relationship with him now. You have covered him in your broadcast, and I'm sure he's covered you in his daily bulletins to Unity as well.
Poke him on LinkedIn or whatever it is you do.
So, Riccatello's worked at a variety of consumer product companies, including, right?
Ooh.
So, let's hear a yay or nay for these things. The Clorox company.
What on earth is that? Sounds like it might be cleaning fluid.
No, I have to say, if you don't know what it is, then that's for the best, because if people who do know what Clorox is know that it's something that's very difficult to get rid of.
Okay, he's also worked at PepsiCo.
Yay!
Wow.
Where he was the
hello.
group marketing director, and Haagen-Däazs. Haagen-Däazs International
Whoa.
managing director.
What a honey.
Have all of those companies been
sweetie.
sold?
I don't know. That's good. Maybe we should look for a pattern. See what happens. Also, president and CEO of Wilson Sporting Goods, and in 1996 he became president and CEO of Sara Lee.
Why has he gone to video games when he had all these delicious treats around him? Like, you enter video games and it's all just people being mean to each other, beating each other up. And Sara Lee, you could have a beautiful frozen gatto.
Did you not read about Cake Gate?
Valve has removed a game from Steam following death threats sent to Gabe Newell by one of the developers. Mike Malbec of Code Avarice got pretty angry on Twitter after their game Paranormal Activity got promoted as an early access game in a Halloween-themed selection. The game had been out of early access for a while. Following a so-called joke death threat to Newell, Valve removed the game and explained that death threats cross a line. Malbec has since resigned from the studio and apologised.
A joke death threat.
Oh, lol.
I was
totally
just
gonna
kidding.
kill you, lol.
Yeah, well, that's
that.
That's that. Isn't
Well
it?
done.
Well done.
Yeah.
Don't
good.
Don't what?
Don't do that on the internet.
I mean, be very clear about where the line is.
The line, always maintain where the line is. Don't cross it. The line is definitely... I mean, I think the line comes before death threats.
Right, okay.
But after.
After banter.
And you say don't do it on the internet, so where can you do it?
In the streets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, don't. That's not an endorsement of street harassment either.
No, okay.
Oh, goodness.
Are you all right, Anne?
Not really. If you've got an Xbox One, you may as well take a picture, because that's the only way the memories of playing your best and favourite games will last longer. Microsoft's Phil Spencer has conceded that the screenshot feature he was keen to get up and running is a little more technically challenging than just grabbing a frame of the video. He expects the feature to arrive in 2015. All short-term solutions point at getting a selfie stick and sellotaping it to your Xbox One.
So you can do this on PS4, can't you? Easy. Simple. You just hit the share button. Share.
Oh, really?
You
Yeah.
can do it on Android phones, just push power and volume down.
You can do it on your iPhone by just pressing your power button and your home button at the same time.
You can do it in real life. You just take a photo.
Just look at something.
Yeah.
Like,
Blink.
Yeah.
Just really remember it.
So it seems to me that it is as simple as grabbing a frame of video.
We're not technical experts or anything, but as far as we can tell,
Has anyone got his number?
just grab a frame.
Should we tell him?
Have you ever used Share, Simon?
No, I haven't. Although, I was going to say maybe this will be in the news, but it won't, because it's actual news. The new firmware update is allowing the co-op play, isn't it? Your access through the share button, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So you can be playing, let's say, Towerfall Ascension, that doesn't have online multiplayer, and you can go, hey, you know what this game could do with me playing this with my old mate Simon, and then I'd go, all right, and then I can play, even if I own it or not. I do own it because it was on free on PlayStation Plus. But yeah, you don't need to own the games, and you can join in. It streams the video and stuff like that. So,
What do you mean join in?
so if it's a local multiplayer game,
you can play online
yes,
What?
Yes,
Witchcraft.
I know. I mean, if only there was some sort of news section where we could talk, where this sort of thing could be revealed.
That's
So I don't know,
Anne doesn't
I don't know what
understand.
to do about it.
No. But yeah, so that's. Do you remember that this was what they? It's one of the features that they advertised at that in their first E3 conference.
right. Okay.
Or you could be playing a game and you might find a difficult bit, and you go, oh, I'm never going to get past this. Tell you what I need is my old mate Simon, and then I can do that bit for you, and then you can go like, thanks very
It's
much.
interesting because I've been playing Spelunky recently, and
Do you
that
need a
has
hand?
local multiplayer.
Right? Yes.
And I thought, well, it also has sort of LAN multiplayer. It says LAN multiplayer. I was like, who's got a LAN of PlayStation? I don't understand.
I mean, yeah, I'm afraid your old mate Simon can't help you, Spelunky. I'm rubbish at it, but
I used the share function the other day to share a screenshot of Hohokam to myself on Facebook, so I could look in more detail and solve a puzzle. I thought that was lateral thinking.
yeah.
Is that part of the game design?
No, not at all. It was me.
That's just your brain
Well,
design.
it didn't help.
Couldn't do that on Xbox One, could you?
No, couldn't.
Because it's exclusive to PlayStation.
Happy holidays! Microsoft is cutting the price of the Xbox One by $50, bringing it down to just $349. The offer will run from the 2nd of November to the 2nd of January and will also apply to any upcoming bundles. Terrible news though, the offer is only going to be good for American America. Way to get the whole of Europe and the rest of the world chanting Boo SA, Microsoft.
How does that price it against the PS4?
Didn't look that up.
Why would you need to, Steve? Why would you need to? Context.
It's a good point. It's stupid of me to ask, isn't it?
Hang on. I've got...
Well, it's
Chat amongst yourselves.
it's cheap, isn't it? So, like, it's roughly $2 to the pound. So,
Come on.
170
£220, I think.
currently.
Oh, no, that's the price it would
Oh,
be.
okay, £220. Yeah, for an Xbox One and a
Price.
Kinect
Yep.
and a
UK.
game, Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah,
Is that
a
there as well?
controller.
It's pretty cheap, isn't it?
Wires.
And you don't want the UK price.
No. Oh, don't I? Don't
No,
want
because it's not
US
available to
price.
us. Do you remember
Not.
Boo SA? Do you remember that
No,
bit?
I'm looking up the PS4 price.
Yeah, but why do you want
in
to
the States?
Oh, yeah. So if I go on
It's,
Amazon.com, got it, don't worry. Under.
It's
control?
$399.
You've got Siri on that thing, haven't you?
Oh, okay. So.
You're using
Hang
your
on, how do you do
fingers.
Siri?
Darren, do you have an Xbox One?
I don't. I bought a PS4 last Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you be tempted at this price, £220?
No.
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 Siri, find me the hang on. Oh, find me the apartment. No thanks. What did you say it was?
It's $399
So
in the US.
it's $50 cheaper.
Says after googling it. Yeah, so $50 cheaper. Do you think this will make a big difference in the console wars?
Well, it's an important time of year, isn't it? When it's not just the people that are going to be playing it themselves; it's gifters are going to be buying it. Mums and dads might be tempted by the cheaper price. I mean, there is no. If you consider that we were all agreed that one of the reasons that Xbox One did not do brilliantly at launch is because it was £100. So it was over. It's like £80. I forget how many dollars above the PlayStation 4. So logic follows that it should.
But you
It should help.
You would assume that it would be very easy for Sony to combat just by Microsoft have sort of blinked first and they've said, okay, we're knocking $50 off temporarily. There is nothing apart from basic economics to stop Sony from doing the same.
Microsoft are also still running the Xbox 360 trade-in deal. That if you trade in your old 360, you get $100 off the retail price. So.
Okay.
Bring it down even further, although if you are gifting your Xbox One, you would have to steal your son's 360, your son's or daughter's 360, giving it away, so I wouldn't advise that.
And finally, as a blatant infringement on the Marioki brand, Video Games Live has announced a new UK date in Birmingham and Glasgow. The immersive event featuring the best game music performed by top orchestras and choirs combined with synchronised lighting, video, live action and audience interactivity is already coming to London and Manchester and doesn't even have brilliant rewritten words for everyone to sing along to. This will be the tour's 12th year with over 300 performances to more than 1 million people, and we bet they still don't have anything as good as the Pong song.
We should be there, shouldn't we? We should be opening for them.
Yeah.
Should be there.
Well, they should be opening for us, but tiny steps.
We are going to be opening the BAFTA Games Awards party, I believe.
Are we?
That's
Yeah.
Exciting.
And hopefully Legends of Gaming Live will be there for
Brilliant.
that as well, with all our YouTube star friends. Pewds will be there. Stampy Long Nose, who my 6-year-old son was telling me about last time I saw him.
Oh, goodness.
I should explain this. Actually, by the way, I don't live with my son, for those who could come across a bit weird. Yeah, no, he's telling me about Stampy Longnose,
That's
another
nice.
very wealthy young individual.
3 more performances of Marioki this year to come. One
Yeah.
at Nottingham Game City this week, so if you're in Nottingham, be there. We'll talk about that later in the show. And then we've got next Thursday on the
On the
19th.
The Wednesday, third Wednesday,
19th, and then our Christmas party.
Exciting.
Still to be announced.
What Christmas is?
Oh, I've just done it.
Oh, no.
What date are we doing on?
I think we're doing it on the 19th of December. Thanks, Anne.
One Life Left video game news with Anne Scantleberry.
One Life Left on Resonance 104.4 FM. It would be remiss of us to not point out this is a very, very important day in musical history. It's the release of Taylor Swift's 1989 album. So congratulations to her.
Well done, Taylor.
Big fan of the show.
Yeah, well done.
Obviously a big day for her, but I'm sure she's made time to listen to Resonance 104.4 FM.
Whatever time it is in America.
This, by the way, is Vault 44, and reality, it's from chipmusic.org.
We should point out, by the way, which I forgot to do at the start of the show, is that we are once again joined by our intern Simon. Hello, Simon.
Hello, Simon.
Thank you very much for
well
being.
done. Good interning.
So you passed the audition last week, and you're now a permanent fixture, I understand. Is that right?
Yes, I hope so.
Okay, good. Now, but what we're actually looking for you is for jobs for you to do.
Yes.
Steve just gave you one.
Yes.
Little one.
You had to run upstairs and do something. But if our listeners have got any jobs that they can suggest for our permanent... How long have we got you for, Simon?
I don't know.
Like roughly months?
Months.
Okay.
Forever.
Jobs for the intern. So email team@onelifeleft.com and we can get Simon to do things.
Just
for
do
us.
it, yeah.
No big deal.
We don't even have any HR, so nothing can stop us.
Star jumps throughout the whole show.
Yeah, go on. Is that the sort of thing you do at Read Only Memory then, Darren, is it?
Yeah, I'm doing it at the moment. Star Jumps of Joy, because we finished the Sega Megadrive books.
Yes, you have.
Quite a long time in the making, nearly 2 years since we started doing
When were
it.
you last on the show?
I was here about a year ago promoting the Sensible Software
We weren't
book.
promoting, we were just chatting.
Just chatting.
This isn't promo.
No,
This is just friends having some laughs.
If this was
talking about an art book on
promo,
the
we'd
radio.
have to declare it.
We would have to
Yeah.
declare
Yeah.
it.
There'd have to be
Yeah.
a footnote.
Declaring nothing.
Yeah, we'd have to declare this. Just
Speak
chatting.
about me
Friendly
talking.
chat. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned that this was going to be your next project then.
Yeah, that's
and here
right.
it is.
Yeah, here it is.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks very much.
So, you ran a Kickstarter campaign, I think it was after...
We did, in November last
Okay,
year.
and how did that go?
It went really well. We were looking for about 30, I think it's 30 grand to make the book. It's a documentary art book about the history of the Sega Megadrive with Sega, so they're giving us access to all their archives. But we ended up making 98.
Fantastic.
Which is great.
Did that give it any additional pressure?
Yeah. Well, loads of people who actually backed it were like people who'd worked for STI. David Rosen bought one of our special editions, the founder of Sega.
Right, wow.
Dave Perry, people like that. So it was the pressure came on, but equally people were getting in touch and saying, "Oh, I've got this archive material. I've got this, drawing of Comic Zone levels," and so we were given loads of contacts just from doing the Kickstarter, which was great.
Right. So it's been written by Keith Stuart.
Keith Stuart, yeah.
Why did you pick him?
I liked him. Yeah, we tried to fall out together.
Interesting choice of tense.
Interesting.
Because the Sensible book was written by Gary Penn, wasn't it?
Gary Penn, yeah, and
was Gary disappointed to be dropped?
Weirdly, Keith sent me a picture of him hugging Gary Penn.
Did he? Hugging his
first
job
got in
away
touch
from
with
him. That's what he was doing.
handing over the mantle. No, I really loved Keith's writing at the time, and I kind of pestered him and left lots of messages on his answer phone.
And he's a Sega fan, isn't he?
Yeah, it turns out,
important.
yeah. I mean, I really wanted him to do it anyway, regardless of his kind of affiliation with Sega, but it turns out that he had a very kind of touching relationship with the Sega Megadrive because his dad bought him one.
Right.
So it kind of hit him at the right age, and he has this attachment to it, as I do as well. So it was great, and he got really excited about it, and he had a lot of enthusiasm for it as well. So that was just perfect.
How do you start off with? How do you map out the contents of that book then? Given that the objective is to write an affectionate memory of the Mega Drive with as much art as possible, so do you know the content in advance, or you just have a good rummage through and see what comes up?
Yeah, so when we did the Sensible book, we were approached by Sega, who wanted to do a documentary book, and we pitched the idea of a Mega Drive book. And then we began research with Sega of Japan. So we kind of had no idea about what it was going to involve ultimately, except that we knew that they had archive material. So they kind of rummaged through their archives and found sort of design documents and paintings and diagrams and things like that, and they were sending us pictures. It was really exciting. And how about this? And it was a drawing of the Sega Mega Drive, hand done, of the original case diagram. I was like, well, this is amazing.
Right.
And then Keith, via Sega, was put in touch with all of the old developers. They've kept a network going, and there's lots of people who have never spoken before who Keith got to interview. So we've interviewed actually the guy who designed the Mega Drive itself, inside and outside. Lots of developers who've never spoken before, who worked on games like Revenge of Shinobi, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. So we were spending about 6 months just kind of going back and forth doing questions via Sega, translating them back from Japanese, and kind of like structuring these interviews. So we've got 28 developer interviews in the book, which are completely standalone, because we wanted to give them sort of time and breadth to talk, because often it would be cut down to a little quote here. We wanted them to talk for as long as they would in any interview, because they've never been interviewed before. And then Keith set about also writing an essay, which is a history of where Sega was at the time and how the Mega Drive led to their ascendancy to be the biggest video game company in the world at the time. Keith's had a lot to do. It's kind of about 45,000 words all in the book, on top of all the images as well. So we had no idea what it was going to end up being like, but we've got like a big old coffee table book at the end of it. Yeah,
That's massive.
I've got
It's good radio. It's good.
And I thought it wouldn't work, sort of talking about an art book on the radio, but it worked.
I mean, that's a step on from the Sensible book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just in terms of presence.
Yeah, it's about twice as big, if I can explain. It's 35mm thick, nice and chunky. We've got... I'm going to explain it now.
You can hear it.
Let's go for one of these. We've got gatefold pages in it which open out to show some of the amazing Japanese box art.
Fantastic.
I'm holding it up here. So we've got these panoramic views of box art. There is lots of design diagrams, and you can see Keith's essay at the start here.
Yeah, let's get past that.
There we go. And we've got pictures of all of the hardware, things like the Mega Jet, the Nomads, the karaoke unit that was developed for the Mega Drive.
What?
It was a Mega Drive karaoke unit, only for Japan, which was compatible with the Japanese karaoke system at the time. It was really, really popular, but didn't import because karaoke hadn't quite made it here yet. It's a beautiful object. So we've worked with collectors around the world to try and find all of this original hardware, the kind of stuff that will cost thousands if you were to buy it on eBay. And we've shot it, retouched it, so it all looks brand new. We've got a Sega Neptune. There are only 3 in existence, which we found in San Francisco. Lots and lots of artwork, and a beautiful sort of directory at the back, which is printed on grey paper in bright blue Sega ink, which is all of Keith's interviews with all of the developers, talking about their times and experiences, things that were cut from games, their memories of working at Sega at the time, which no one's really spoken about before. Composers like Yuzo Koshiro on his work on Streets of Rage. We tried to just be definitive, basically, and try and put everything we possibly in there.
That is a beautiful object.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Can I touch it?
Yes, of course. There you go. Last time we were on, and you said we did the Sensible software book, and you said, I don't like dust jackets, and it has a dust jacket, and you said, but this is the best dust jacket I've ever seen.
Yeah, this one.
Now we don't have a dust jacket.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What do you think it was about the Mega Drive in particular? Because I guess you could have chosen to tell me one about the SNES or any of the home computers at that time. What do you think it was?
There's something about actually Keith puts it really well in the essay. He talks about Sega were the only brand to make their fans fetishise the hardware. It was kind of like an adult feel to the hardware, that it was kind of like a piece of kit. And I think they were the first company to treat the audience like potential adults. They were aiming at teenagers, and they basically broadened the market up so much that they kind of led to the games industry as we know it today. Kind of things like Mortal Kombat having blood, and action games with sort of adult storylines and RPGs like that. So I think the Mega Drive is special because it kind of, I think for the people who it happened to at the right time, it kind of opened them up to gaming as they know it now. Because I think they kind of paved the way for what Sony went on to do, and things like Grand Theft Auto wouldn't have happened without Sega courting that older audience.
What's the most surprising thing you learnt through the production of this book?
We learned loads of stuff. Keith's essay opens up with an admission of a lie on behalf of Sega, which is Shinobu Toyoda talking about Sega was saying that when they had the Master System, that Nintendo had 90% of the market and Sega had 10%. And he said that they were lying. It wasn't the case at all. They actually had about 5 or 6%. And they were just, trying to make the best of it and trying to hang on. And it was just through that kind of grit and determination that they kind of got there. There's lots of kind of like nerdy detail things in there as well. Like Revenge of Shinobi is one of my favourite games. And the art director talks about the fact that they removed an end-of-game boss, which is described in the book. So there's lots of kind of like little bits of anecdotal information as well as the kind of big sort of corporate revelations as well.
Brilliant. I'm really excited about getting it. They're being posted out to Kickstarter backers sort of nowish, aren't they?
Yeah, now.
I understand.
The shipment arrived today, so
Just
over the next
name.
couple of days.
My name's in there, is it? Excellent.
Hey, again.
I was going to ask if I was in it, but I'm in it as a backer, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Am I in it editorially?
I'm afraid not.
Keith
no.
doesn't know what he's talking about. That's brilliant. Congratulations on it. I cannot
you.
wait to sink my teeth into it. What's next for you guys?
We've got 3 more books signed up, and Anne's just found a name in it as well.
Yeah.
Hands in it.
In the acknowledgements.
Are you?
Yeah.
You've been acknowledged.
Yeah. The author would like to thank Simon Parkin, Lee Alexander, One Life Left, and Scantlebury.
Ah, thanks very much.
Why does she get called out separately?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
that was
interesting.
Keith's.
Yeah.
Was it? Let's do a book on Keith Stuart.
Find that. It's like at the back in tiny writing.
See, well, let's get
It's
to
on the way
bottom
here.
of
It's
this.
like there is one bit that's kind of taking the piss out of One Life Left. I hope they don't find it. No, they found it.
So you're signed up for 3 more books. Have you announced them?
No, nothing yet. So,
Okay, now's your chance.
so we're working on some stuff that is quite British, going back to some British stuff, and there's kind of biography stuff. I can't say too much about it at the moment. We're also talking about one book which is really exciting. So hopefully by the end of the year we'll have some announcements to make. And we're working on other products as well, not related to books.
Wait a second. British.
Yeah.
Biography.
Yeah.
Really exciting.
It'll be about Anne Scanty, though. Keith's got to do it. Just quick before we move on. I'm lucky enough to be receiving a copy. Where can people who missed out on the Kickstarter pick up?
Yeah, sure. So you can buy it from our site, which is readonlymemory.vg, and it's shipping now. So it'll go out this week.
Great.
Hello, I'm Sega Badawi, and welcome to One Life Left Local News. One of the video game world's largest retailers has had to announce a profit warning after overstating its revenues for the past 4 years. The merchant from Resident Evil had incorrectly recognized sales from green herbs that he had yet to sell to Leon S. Kennedy, as he believed that Leon would need them for the end boss. This decision, combined with the failed attempt to break into the African market, has meant that the merchant has had to let properties that he had bought for expansion go to ruin. One mansion he bought for a Merchant Express has now been taken over by zombie dogs, or Iceland as it is commonly known. The merchant has said that he will be learning from this experience and has already taken steps to remember the first names of each customer so that he will no longer call them stranger. Thanks, and back to your usual programming.
Messages and forward BCC. One Life Letters.
Thank you so much for your correspondence this week.
Yeah, unprompted.
Unprompted as well. It's great to know that you're thinking of us even when we're not on air. Jamie Firth writes, Dear team, you won't know this, but Taylor Swift has an album out today.
What?
She's an up-and-coming American pop singer, apparently, which is the most exciting thing in the world to some people. Mm-hmm. What's the most excited you've been about a newly released game, Jamie XX? Ooh. I think the last time I was... I get excited very often, but the last time that I probably demonstrated that was when Ocarina of Time came out on the N64, and I believe it to be the last time I ran for anything. Like, in terms of something that I wanted, I was really worried about it being out of stock, and I'm running up and down Oxford Street trying to get hold of a copy for £60. Didn't get one that day, Anne.
Oh.
Had to go to Toys R Us to get it.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I was so excited I ran out. I mean, yeah. I've been out Grand Theft Auto, one of them, San Andreas I think it was. I did pop to the local game shop to see if they'd sell it early. And they did, yeah. They did.
Brilliant. I don't think I've ever been excited about the release of a video game.
Have you ever run for a video game?
Never. But I am. I was very excited to see that Outlast 2 is coming out.
Darren?
I saw that. You were scared of it, weren't you?
Yeah, terrified. So excited.
I got a bit excited about GTA 5, I remember. I bought into the hype. And I bought it first day.
Okay, that's how you express it. Not by running.
No.
So you wouldn't run for
I think I might have like maybe kind of hobbled down the stairs in an excited manner towards the post box, but no.
Steve?
I was enormously excited for Spelunky to come to consoles because that seemed like the perfect environment to play it in, and was not let down. Still play it now.
Good.
I'm also upcoming. I know this wasn't a question, but this is for extra credit. I'm really excited about the idea of playing Elite, the new Elite. Like, genuinely, I think that's partially because I used to be excited about Elite when I was a kid, and Elite 2 I remember being enormously excited, like checking the shops every week, because this was back before games had release dates.
Yeah.
And I was really excited when that came out. Slightly disappointed. I'm ready to be burnt all over again.
Take Steve's money, David Braben. Scants.
Hello, Borough Broom Cupboard. I know your super special guest this week is from Read Only Memory, whose books are twinkling on my Christmas list. If you haven't been talking about this already, what's the next subject? We have. I'm hoping it's the Bitmap brothers who take me back to my misspent youth every bit as much as seeing a roster with jewels and jocks on it.
Darren, can you explain what you just did with your head?
I don't know why you all started laughing. I didn't move at all.
Excellent. I had lunch with Eric Matthews
really?
about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I hadn't seen him for a long time. He is still a handsome man. If you do
Is
that
he?
one, make sure it's a poster book of him, though, not of the other
Full
Bitmaps,
days.
because as far as I remember...
He is quite good looking, isn't he?
He had not aged at all.
How is that possible? How can we do that?
Don't know.
Don't know. Have the team any memories of particular studios from the good old days that had that auteur feel to them? Studios who were guaranteed to be interesting. Lots of love. Robert Weasel Spoon.
Yeah, I mean, the Bitmaps would make a great book, wouldn't it? Wouldn't they, Darren?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I guess... studios don't have as much personality as they did back then.
Like a house graphic style.
Right.
It's hard to think of anyone beyond the Bitmaps and Sensible.
Okay, well, if you're not going to Darren, then maybe we'll get Keith Stuart too.
Okay, dear team and SSG, this one is mainly for Steve, writes Morg Adams. I was thinking about Steve's comments regarding sticking to the shorter PSN-style releases, and a question came to mind. If you are one for Ludo narrative experiences where the Ludo is replayable and the narrative is 2 hours, can I have your Steam Press account? No, because there are plenty of those things on there. And as One Life Left, we need to investigate all releases, regardless of our personal preferences, which does mean that we need a decent PC to play them on. If you have one, please send it to us, or at least recommend to me how I can get hold of one quite cheaply, because I need a better PC. I don't know what to do about that. Well, buy one, I suppose.
Darren.
Dear team and super special guest.
Ooh.
It's nearly Halloween, so I invested in a copy of Alien Isolation in the hope of a few cheapish scares. Apart from the awful frame rate in the cutscenes, the not very health and safety breakable glass items left on the floor, and atmosphere-breaking gamma setting, I'm quite pleased with my progress. Basically, I appear to have completed the game after 30 minutes, when I found another character. That's it, right? My character's isolation is over? Anyway, what costumes have you got sorted out for Friday? Love the show, John Maynard.
Well, Anne announced earlier that she's got fake blood.
And then Simon, what was your good joke?
What was it? Was about
So I said, I've got fake blood, and you said,
how are you managing to be alive?
yeah.
Which is
That was your good joke.
good joke, that.
Strong.
Yeah.
So you've got the fake blood, Steve?
I don't know. I don't have anything. I'm not bringing anything apart from my beautiful face. I'm intending on Friday for Anne to make me up to look like Avril Lavigne, as seen on Avril Lavigne's cover of her most recent album, which I think was called Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Shall I be Chad Kroger then?
Yes.
Oh,
I think they're broken up.
Yeah, they're getting a divorce.
Yeah, no, yeah,
so
but
it's
Which is
fine.
going to make for an interesting evening,
Be
guys.
tense. You had a Halloween party costume on the other night, didn't you?
Yeah, I came as Lance Bass from NSYNC's Dreams of Being an Astronaut. Dead.
So what did that mean?
It meant wearing my boyfriend's t-shirt, which had stars on it, a pair of tights, and a space helmet made out of tinfoil.
Yeah, I mean, the space helmet is overselling it a bit.
Wearing some tinfoil on my head. I wore some tinfoil on my head.
You
it was
did.
an excellent outfit.
It was.
I'm going to be looking dead on Friday, and that's just because I'll be tired.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your letters. Do keep them coming in to
Team at onelifeleft.com.
You're listening to One Life Left on Resonance 104.4 FM, the greatest radio station in the world, and an okay video game radio show. All right, a brilliant
Yeah, there
video
we go.
game radio show. It's
Yeah,
really
thank
pumped
you.
up. I'm enjoying today's show. This is
Me
Slowing
too.
Down the Chaos by Mr. Beep.
It's good.
Thanks. I
Like
thought it was
it.
good. I think the music today is excellent. Hopefully we'll have a chance to play another track later on in the show as well. So we should talk about Nottingham.
Yes, it's going on now, isn't it? Hello, Nottingham. I'm
Hello.
sure you're all
Hello,
listening at an event.
Nottingham.
Nottingham
Live listening.
Game City. Nottingham Game City, One Life Left branding. Game City to everybody else. We're really, really excited about getting down there finally, aren't we? On
Friday.
Friday night.
I'm travelling from France. Steve's coming over from Spain.
London.
You're coming from London.
Yeah, we're coming from the four corners of the globe.
We are.
That's 3.
Just go with it, Steve.
Okay.
So we're at 9 o'clock, aren't we? After Mike Biffle's thing.
Bithell's opening for us again. He's got canapes. We'll be there.
Will someone bring us some canapes? I assume we're going to have to set up
No,
beforehand.
we'll
Someone
rock
just
up.
bring us,
Apparently,
like-
it's really close. Bithell's place this time. So if you're going to Bithell's thing,
Oh, you have to
or
come
if you
along.
are Bithell, you have no excuse for not being there.
Let's sing him in.
But if you
Shall
can
we?
bring some
Yeah.
canapes along.
What rhymes
just
with
put them in.
Bithell?
I was going to say, what rhymes
Sniffle.
with sniffle. What rhymes with volume?
Volume.
Volume, yeah.
Right itself.
Okay. And do they fit in any songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So we're going to be doing that on Friday nights, and we
Free
will,
to attend.
free to attend. We will sing songs at you. There'll be new songs there. You two are writing one.
Yeah.
Each, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then we will be partying on Saturday night as well at the Game City party.
Yeah. Right old party. Right
Have a-
knees up.
Right, old knees up. It's going to be jolly.
Yeah, looking forward to it. They've got a new venue. Is that why? And are they? No, the party's not in the venue, is
No,
it?
no, no,
No,
no.
no,
That's
no,
the
not
after
allowed.
party.
No.
Not allowed.
Due
Not
to
allowed.
reasons.
Apparently, if we party in the venue, someone will go to jail. Which sounds like
Do we get to pick? Yeah. Do we?
that's how it works. Yeah.
Interesting.
Very excited about that, though. It's going to be lovely to see their new venue.
Looking forward to it.
Come back and tell everyone about it.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a bit of Super Roger World, and we'll be back after this.
Hello, Super Roger fans. Look, someone has to be brave enough to address corruption head on, and as it's likely to increase sales of my book, I'm willing to do it. The following statement contains a list of corrupt practices I've seen in the games industry, mainly performed by people I'm unwilling to work with again. I haven't run it past my lawyer yet, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Number 1. Is frequently seen with, even though he's married to. Number 2. Won a Game of the Year award only because with, and if you don't believe me, I've got the to prove it. Number 3. Everyone knows that is, but no one wants to say anything about it because until after it's released. Number 4. Number 5. I've often been accused of getting where I am by exchanging money and favours for work, but in fact the only thing I've ever done is, more often than not, it's people trying to do it to me. Well, there you go, I've got that off my chest. Beyond that, the games industry is actually far less sordid and incestuous than you'd think. I, for one, avoid journalists at all costs because they're usually too Star Trek to say anything to me, or even admit that they recognise me. Having said that, I'd like to send a big thank you to the guys at for dinner the other night, and I hope you appreciate that I didn't say anything about you-know-what.
This is Sayobo Nation. It's really hard to say. Sayobo Nation and Lilos. Again, it's from chipmusic.org. Go there. Have a look. We're One Life Left. We're a radio show about video games that plays chiptune music.
What are you holding up there, Darren?
Oh, I've got a Sega Megadrive production drawing replica, which I've just got from the screen printers. This is the hot off the press test.
Wow.
It's fantastic. We should take a photo of that and tweet it, shall we?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Beautiful.
It's a shame
Yeah.
you
So
don't
what-
have the selfie stick.
So it's an exact replica of the Japanese original drawing of the case, which we've screen printed on semi-transparent stock, and a lot of our Kickstarter people are going to get this soon, and it'll be on sale soon.
Wow.
It's pretty.
And that's exclusive to the Kickstarter backers, I assume.
No, it's going to go on sale soon to the...
Oh, right.
So unexclusive.
Unexclusive,
To the yeah.
unexclusive
Yeah.
to the Kickstarter backers.
They'll get it first.
Excellent.
I just got a text from Keith. So thanks, Keith. Just read your thanks. Good one. And he missed that bit because he was putting his kids to bed.
Oh,
Maybe I should text him too and thank him for that mention too. Is he coming to Nottingham?
Yeah.
He's up there now. I thought he was up. No,
He's on
not
his
up
way
now.
there. He said he's at his parents-in-law.
Where's
Right.
that?
To be honest, that's more information than anyone needed.
It is. Okay, what are we going to do now? Reviews? Or Simon, how are you getting on with the tweet?
I'm just trying to compose it, actually. Your ROM alerts on Twitter,
That's
aren't you,
right,
Darren?
Okay.
With the poster. Should I put poster?
yeah, perfect.
Okay.
I saw-
We haven't had
okay.
any suggestions of things for our intern to do yet.
He did just
either.
hold up the poster
Did.
Oh, yeah, true.
excellently
That's two
without
jobs.
even being asked.
Have you held up a poster before, Simon?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
So we're not really adding to your experience, are we?
He did it like a pro.
Yeah.
Was it as big as that?
I don't remember.
Who was on it?
I can't remember.
This is the review section, and that was the sound of me trying to hurry along to the next part of One Life Left. What have you been playing this week, Anne?
Oh, I've been playing. Hang on, I can't really. Botanicula. which is an iPad game. And it is not a game in the sense of it's a point and click, not adventure. It's a point and click sort of exploration game where the sort of narrative is there is a tree and there is a spider on the tree that is sucking the life out of it. And you play as a group of little like leaves and seeds and little flying things going around the tree trying to like uncover, like trying to do little puzzles, but mostly just exploring this lovely tree and finding new little creatures and little eggs and little bits of nature all around it, and trying to avoid this spider that will chase after you a little bit sometimes. Yeah, it's just really beautiful and really really soothing, just lovely, and the audio for it is incredible as well. Very nice. Point it at it and click on it and you'll have a lovely time.
How much did you pay for this game?
It wasn't an expensive one. I think it was maybe like, I can't remember, but I think it was only like a couple of quid.
It's just money to you, innit?
It's just money.
Just money.
Just comes out of your account, doesn't it? And you don't even really know.
Exactly.
You just put your thumb.
Only you
thumbprint
could pay
on
for it with your tube card, and then it wouldn't matter.
It'd be brilliant.
It'd be free, wouldn't it?
Yeah, magic. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I have been playing Motorsport Manager
Oh yeah.
on the iOS devices.
On the iOSs.
I'm playing on my iPad Mini. It is well, given that I dislike Formula One and don't really get on with management games.
How's this going?
I'm really enjoying it.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't understand what. I really genuinely do not understand why I'm enjoying this. So it places you in charge of a fledgling motorsport company, Byronic Cars, with a Z. I put that in though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't automatically in there.
Oh.
And you manage 2 drivers, and you are set objectives, and yeah, it's quite a simple management game. You have to qualify, and then you have race strategies. But there are 3 types of car design and 3 types of gear ratios. So essentially, there are 9 choices for race strategy, and then you choose when to pit and stuff. And it's presented really nicely. So sort of cartoony graphics in between the races, and the races themselves are you just watch dots go around in a sort of tilt-shifted view. And yeah, I've been really surprised about how much I've been playing it. I don't even know why I bought it. I tell you what I do, because Pocket Gamer told me it was cheap, and I was like, okay, right, it's half price. It's £2 it was, Anne. I paid for it.
Couple of quid.
Just a couple of quid, just money.
Comes out of the
It's just
pocket,
money,
doesn't
yeah. It just falls out the bank. But yeah, I thoroughly recommend it. So even if, like me, you don't like Formula One, and like me, you don't really get on with management games, this is the Formula One management game for you. 7 out of 10.
Brilliant.
I've been playing, we mentioned this last week, a game called Pix the Cat.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to have a word with you. This, the Road Not Taken.
I reviewed Road Not Taken and
last
told you
week.
to go and play
I
it.
did. Now, I thought it was on Vita. It's not. It's only on PS4 at the moment.
PS4,
yeah, so I was
so.
genuinely, I got back from the show and I loaded up the store. I'm like, oh, this sounds excellent. I said to Steve, I'll go and play it, and then not available. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, it is coming to Vita.
Right. Okay.
Right. Anyway, go on.
Good.
As
Well,
you were.
that's for sure.
I just felt you could have been clearer about it last week, Steve. And you know,
Good. You call me up on these
yeah,
things,
you know, I don't want
Do we
people to
not
be.
have clarifications?
corrections.
Clarifications and
We have the
corrections?
apologies music, which we haven't used for ages.
I'm just saying it might be an idea.
Maybe I should.
It may
Get it
just
up.
something to think about.
Okay. Pix the Cat.
Yeah. What's this on?
Pix the Cat is
What format?
definitely on PS4.
Okay.
Might be on other things.
It's also on Vita.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I think so.
Have you played it?
No.
Okay.
I've downloaded it to my Vita. I've not played it yet.
Anyone else played it? No?
No.
All right, so I can say what I want at this point. Pix the Cat is a modern reinterpretation of Snake, maybe a little bit. You control a tiny.
That's what the kids have been
I know.
after, isn't it?
Kids been ages since a Nokia.
Exactly.
Nokias aren't
No,
even
I
called
fancy.
Nokias anymore, are they?
No,
So it's
I
time for Snake to come back.
Is it like Snake in that it is, instead of it being a snake, it's a cat?
So you're a cat who goes around collecting eggs.
Perfect.
And when you collect the egg hatches into a duckling behind you and follows you around for the rest of the level. It's got a few different game modes. The main game mode is arcade, where you collect all the eggs and then you drop the ducklings off in, I guess they're little, I don't know, duckling spots. Don't know what they are exactly.
Nests?
And then you proceed to the exit, which sort of zooms in, and then suddenly you're on the next one, and you're collecting more eggs and stuff, and you're trying to get all of these things, trying to drop them off without dropping any eggs off before you collect all the eggs on the level. You've got to collect all the eggs on the level, then drop them off. Not collect a few, drop a few off, then collect the rest.
So you do have to put all your eggs in one basket?
Not in one basket, in several baskets, unfortunately.
So you have to put all your eggs in
there are as many baskets on the screen as there are eggs.
Don't remember
Basically, no, that's taking Snake to the next level. Right?
I mean, it was missing baskets, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Snake?
I'm not exactly sure they are baskets. There's also a mode which is pure puzzle solving, and then there's a mode which is nostalgia mode, where it's all done in kind of Steamboat Mickey style graphics. This game is beautiful, like intense, as beautiful a game of sort of Snake as you can imagine. Very cartoony, very neon, if you like that. I know you don't, Simon, I think. And also,
I never commented on neon.
You've talked about how you don't like neon-y minterish games. I'm sure
No,
to be honest
with you, it isn't what they look like, it's how they play, which is generally awful.
Okay.
So you took a book about Jeff Minter, Darren. Don't, because it'll look awful. Play or you won't be able to read it.
Neon paint.
So the reason I wanted someone else to have played it is because I'm not sure how I feel about it. I theoretically don't like it, but can't stop playing it. It is definitely beautiful. The nostalgia mode is amazing, and I've completed that, but it's so hard. And the arcade mode has that weird thing where you can do the first 2 minutes kind of perfectly, and you get so used to that it becomes a bit of a chore, and then you can definitely screw up to 2 minutes and 15 seconds in and find yourself having to do the whole start of it again. But somehow it's compelling. It was free on PSN, so for that price, might as well give it a shot.
Might as well, yeah.
Might as well just download it. For a certain amount of money, maybe you'll be disappointed. I wasn't. I can't really understand my own feelings. Someone tell me what to think. 7 out of 10.
Good.
I saw Gone Girl yesterday, and I left with the same feeling.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure whether I liked it. I mean, I thought it was good, but I don't know but I also don't know what I thought of it. Yeah. Darren.
Alien Isolation. Yeah, so I bought a PS4 just to play Alien
Did you?
Isolation. Yeah, I'm a big
Wow,
Alien
that's
fan.
an endorsement.
So I was excited by the whole alienness of it and the analog world and kind of beautiful atmosphere and all of that. And I like it a lot. I'm not very good at the scary games that actually just do jump scares. I thought Dead Space 2, and I actually screamed at people when they walked in the room in real life because I was just so tense. But this is different. It kind of goes for the sense of dread, and I think that's what makes it great. It doesn't go for jump scares so much as it does about atmosphere and building that sense of kind of creepy, sort of like late 1970s sci-fi dread. And I haven't actually seen an Alien yet, so so it's kind of early on, but yeah, really liking it. 7 out of 10.
Excellent. I think that concludes the review section. I feel no, it doesn't. Simon.
Hi.
Should we do a joint review? Because we've got time at the moment.
Sure. What should we jointly review?
Well, I saw you've been playing Retry.
I have, yes. I have.
Yes, and I've been playing Retry.
Did you see that because
as well.
we're Google Play friends? Is that how you saw, or did you see me tweet about it?
I saw you talking about it on the internet, and I thought, what's Retry?
What?
So what is Retry?
It's a game from Chilingo, but it's a different arm of Chilingo, I think.
Well, it says in the instructions or in the play advertisement, we're the people in the room next to the guys who made Angry Birds.
Excellent. It's a. It reminds me of old console games like Loops and a couple of other biplane games, but this one is made specifically for mobile. You are a little plane, and you have to get from the left-hand side to the right-hand side of these vast levels.
Sounds easy.
Does sound easy, and you control the plane by when you touch the screen, you accelerate, and so the plane will lift off and then raise its nose. If you hold if you could carry on holding your finger to the screen, the plane then flips to the 360, and that's it really. You have to.
So every touch
sort of
basically
gives it-
accelerates you and slightly lifts you up.
Yeah.
So if you keep tapping it in a Flappy Bird style way, then you'll keep going in a horizontal line.
Horizontally.
If you hold, then you'll end up flipping over onto your back, right?
And it has so as the levels are pretty large. If you touch anything with your plane, you die instantly, and you hit retry. It's
in a really sort of unsatisfying way, though. There's no explosion or anything. It just goes
retry.
Retry.
Yeah. But you sort of always know it's coming. And it has these midway checkpoints that you can. So it's free to download. You can pay coins to activate these mid-level checkpoints, or you can watch adverts.
Yeah.
Have you been doing that?
The advert for the slow-mo guys.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I've seen that advert many times.
Really, I thought it was quite a clever way of doing it.
Yeah, I thought it was a brilliant mechanic because it's your own fault if you don't watch the adverts, and it knows.
It does know, doesn't it? You have to watch it all the way through. I sometimes put the phone down, though.
Yeah, me too. Close my eyes.
Yeah,
they can't detect that yet.
But it's good. It's incredibly hard. I'm only on sort of maybe level 9 or 10.
And it's hard for a reason because it
something
wants you to use the checkpoints.
Yeah, but it never feels unfair. And I thought, in an age of very cynical mobile games, it felt refreshing. It felt different, even though it as you say, it feels like you could say it's a little like Flappy Bird. Although
I mean, I thought it's great, really well designed, and you can sort of roll your eyes at the difficulty and say, yeah, well, it's just intended to make you watch the adverts. It's quite upfront about that sort of stuff, and I would obviously prefer. I would prefer a game that I bought for £2 and there wasn't that sort of stuff in it. Had a nice difficulty curve. The checkpoints were placed there for a reason, just to tempt you a little bit further. But this, it's free. And so I can't ask for my money back, and I can play it for as long as I get frustrated and then stop playing it. I think it's completely valid implementation of that design mechanic.
Stuart Campbell doesn't like it, I don't think. He tweeted at me saying that he accused me of being a Rick Dangerous fan, and I thought that was a little unfair, because that was certainly not. But Rick Dangerous killed you as an old computer game, killed you by surprise. So you'd be walking like it was the precursor to Spelunky many, many years ago. You'd be walking along, and all of a sudden the floor would give way, spike, and you'd die. And you couldn't. The only way that you could work that out was through playing it again. Whereas retry, it's funny how you tend to clip the same part of a level. It's I think it does that thing where it gets into your brain and you know that you're going to fail.
I sort of see where Stuart's coming from. There are some levels that I refuse to believe it would be possible to do the first time through, because you need to be aware, although you can always see where you're going, the stuff comes on very, very quickly, and you need to be aware of whether you're going to go on the inside of this corner in order to be able to get through the bank in the next bit. However, that is an increasingly valid mechanic these days as well. In Rick Dangerous, you were very limited to the number of lives, and then you would have to go right back to the beginning and go through the bit you already recognised. Here, even if you're not paying for the checkpoints, there are effectively checkpoints every level. You just restart the level again, and you are learning it, but the whole point of the game is called retry. That's
good. It's a great name. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. Anne, you going to check it out? No, Darren?
I'll let stand of it.
There you go.
I'm on board.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. One Life Left, Resonance 104.4 FM, and we are still talking about how sexy Eric Matthews is.
He must be 50, mustn't he?
Is he looking good, huh?
He looks so good.
Let me get a
wait.
picture up.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, live. You're not objectifying men now, I know, obviously, but
Live
you are going to bring a picture of Eric Matthews up to tell us whether you find him attractive.
If he's attractive, will you make it your phone wallpaper?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Eric Matthews, actor.
No.
Bitmap Brothers. Bitmap Eric.
Bitmap Eric. Right, hang on.
So previously, your I think it's Tamim you fancy the most, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tamim's your hunk
is
in
that
game development.
Dante?
That's
Yes.
Dante.
Woohoo!
Right, while she's doing that, so we can find your website where, Darren?
Readanymemory.vg.
And that's where we can buy this and the Sensible book as well.
Yes, Sensible and Sega Megadrive Collector Works all shipping now.
If you want to read about the world champion of Sensible Soccer on page 112 of the Sensible.
That's a certain Simon Byron.
This is Groovemaster 303. It's a song called Pump It. Anne, how are you doing?
Not great.
Okay, we'll have to come back to this next week.
Yeah.
Can't
Don't
you
worry.
just ask Siri?
Shall I ask Siri if
Just
he's
ask
sexy?
Siri. Ask Siri. We've got 30 seconds to
Siri, Is Eric Matthews sexy? Let me have a look.
Okay, I found this on the web.
No conclusive opinions.
Right, thanks, Siri. Great. So we'll see all of you in Nottingham on Friday.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Simon, you going to be there?
Doesn't think so.
Okay. Right, so all of you minus one.
Yep.
All right,
Right,
please
see you
come along. Until then, we'll see you next Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for coming on, Darren.
Thank you.
Bye,
See you, bye-bye.
guys.